right, so I'm out here in front of my TR3 by ABI Attachments. I've had this for almost a decade. I really like it. It's a Rake, Scarifier, grader, all in one. I'm going to show you how I level dirt with it, how I grade driveways with it, restore them. If it's something you randomly like to, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll also show you a little bit about how I made money with it with my business. And so stick around and I'll give you a walkthrough and show you some of the different features and a few techniques that I picked up over the last decade of use. All right, so here's just a little walkthrough, and then we'll walk through each piece step by step. But as you can see, it's got tires on here. These are all foam filled. As you can see, it's seen better days, but been using it for a long time. I can still use it even though the tires will never go flat. Over here, you've got some adjustments. We'll talk about those later so that you can offset the tires for crowning your driveway. You've got a self-leveling blade here. Very heavy duty. This will drag the dirt and gravel and sand, whatever you're using, and level out the high spots and drag it into the low spots. You've got your Scarifier blades here. You can adjust those, leave them up when you're raking finishing work, or you can put them all the way down to get the depth you want to rip up gravel, driveways, dirt, whatever. The new ones come with you can add to them a hydraulic Scarifiers that go up and down with the push of a button. Pretty nice if you got that capability in a tractor. Here is you can lock the blade down here, or you can adjust it to different heights so it moves up and down however much you want. The rake back here is the finishing rake. This one is 7 foot wide, and that determines the width of your TR3. So up here, they have 3 different adjustment points, and then also 2 different levels here. Now, I think this one's around 1,000 pounds or so. It's very heavy duty, just drags the tractor. Drags behind the tractor really easy. And if I were to buy this again, I probably would have bought a 6-footer just for the weight and stuff with my tractor. But I've had no problems using it on my 3200 Kubota, which is about a 32 horsepower diesel. So the driveway I'm doing today is not real bad, so I'm going to adjust these. I usually just pull the pins out, flip them over like this, make sure the teeth are going forward. And I usually set it on the second hole down here. And then for this, I don't want to lock down because it'll just drag dirt and gravel. So I'll probably just put it up here out of the way. And so then this can move up and down. Very heavy, by the way. And so I'll just turn each one of these over. And if you got a really bad driveway, you can go all the way to the bottom hole here and then rip it all up. And if I'm really wanting to dig down deep, I will take this pin and I'll put it underneath here and lock this position all the way up. Usually it's better when you set it down on the ground and leave it up. That way it's not dragging, and you're really using the full weight of this to dig down deep into the gravel. So today I'm gonna set those all up, and then I'll show you what we'll do next for the driveway. All right, so I've got the Scarifier teeth or ripping teeth down right now, making about 3 to 4 passes on this driveway. It's not real bad. If you do need to go farther down on the depth, you can lower those down. They go down about 7 inches. I also use them a lot when there's a lot of potholes. You really want to break up the side walls of the potholes. So you want to make sure you get down deeper than the actual pothole itself. And this will help it from reforming so quickly next time. All right, now that I'm done ripping up the driveway, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these back all upside down so they're not ripping anymore. And I'm going to let the self-leveling blade move the gravel around where I want it. Now, you can adjust this to a certain height depending on what hole you put it in. So it can either go down farther or up farther, depending on which hole. So you can stop it at this hole. The self-leveling blade will only go so high. Or you can lock it in the down position. You can really move it around. Works kind of like a box blade in that way. So you can lock this down, or you can put it up higher, so therefore you leave a higher bit of gravel and it goes underneath it. So one of the ways I made money with this, with my business, I more than paid for it time and time again. I would go out, market myself to small farms, people out in the country with gravel driveways, people who didn't want to spend the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to get gravel brought in. I could do it at 10-20% of the cost of new gravel. I could fix up the driveways. I could make them a lot better, and it's really not a lot of wear and tear on the tractor itself, because as you can see, it's just dragging a piece of equipment around. There's no PTO driving, so it gets, really doesn't use a lot of gas, and it's a great way to make money and worth every penny. At the end of this video, I'll throw in some before and after pictures of some of the driveways that I did, and just you can check them out if you want, and you can see the difference it makes. Like I said, no new gravel. As you go in reverse, you can set the blade at an angle, and what this will do is it'll help you push up and break up lots of gravel and push it back at it time and time again. Here I'm just trying to move backwards and take out a high spot of gravel because of water setting. Now, doing the same thing here, I'm actually moving dirt around. So we had this spot leveled up for a pool. I brought in a little bit of extra dirt. As you can see, it just breaking up the dirt, going backwards, pushing it in, filling up the high spots, cutting down the high spots, I should say, filling in the low spots without any problem at all, just moving the dirt around. So one of the other ways that I made a lot of money with this is by doing dirt work. Just with the tractor, same thing, no different setup. Moving dirt around, leveling it out. To rake a spot this size by hand, it was about 50 by 30. It would probably take you 2 days to do this, by hand. With this tractor, I'd come in, make 20-30 minutes, grade out all this dirt. It works so great on new dirt. It does work on fresh dirt with some grass and stuff in it. Kind of got to work it a little bit more, but it still works well. And this thing is ready for seed and ready to be planted. I really liked this tool. If you're a landscaper, if you're someone who has a tractor and you're just trying to make some extra money on the weekend, doing some dirt leveling for some friends, you've got a large property maintenance farm that you try to keep up for yourself, all these people can definitely use it. Hobby farms and Sportsman, you could use it to clear pastures out for new seed. You can use it to clear out spots for food plots. Just so many uses for this. I would buy it every day of the week, and I would recommend anybody else that has the capacity to purchase one of these, to purchase it themselves. And like I said, if you're out there trying to make a little extra money, definitely worth it. Alright, so lastly, I'll just go over a few tips. A couple things. So while you can use the wheels and offset them, put one wheel all the way back in those different post holes that I showed earlier. It's a little difficult to get used to trying to crown a driveway because you've got to go up one side and back down the other and just keep doing that as it builds up. It does take time. I didn't have to use this a whole lot. Usually I just flatten driveways without the crowns on them, but it is a possibility if you need it. If you are moving material around, such as gravel or dirt, and you're trying to get it just perfect, you want to make sure that you're not pulling too much material, as that material can roll over the sides like with any implement. And so if you're going really close to the edge of a driveway or the edge of a tilled portion of a yard, it could roll over, so make sure you bring your rake with you. So you try to slowly work over to the edge of whatever material you're working on, and it really does help. Another tip is, as you are finishing the last grading, you want to make sure the angle of your blade where your back rake is just touching and the self-leveling blade is just hitting the top to take off any last high spots. And as you get to the end of your grading spot, you want to go ahead and move the pull up the blade slowly. And so when you pull up the blade slowly, it will leave that last bit of material down there. Now, I've done everything from dirt work to gravel to asphalt, millings, all the different types of gravel. Works great with new gravel. You don't have to use this for just tearing up old driveways. You can lay down brand new driveways with it. You can also do horse arenas. So if you have some horse arenas in your area and they need to maintain, you could make a little extra money do that. I've also done that. They love the finish of it for their horse. It really, truly is a very versatile machine. And like I said, I really recommend it to anyone looking in the market for one of these. All right, for the last little bit here, I'll go ahead and I'll put the ABI attachments, link in the description. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just really enjoy their equipment. They have lots of other things as well. You can check out their website. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop them in the comments and hit that like button. And if there's something else with tractors that you randomly like, stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. More videos to come. Have a great day, everyone, and thanks for watching.